Tyson Fury defeating Deontay Wilder via 7th round TKO. What a victory. What a performance. What a showing from Tyson Fury. And I was genuinely surprised, dare I say shocked, that so many people were picking Deontay Wilder to win this fight. And look, I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback. As you know, when it comes to MMA, I have stopped making predictions. I made this rule a very long time ago. I will not make predictions anymore as far as MMA is concerned because the fighters get very sensitive. They get mad at me. They don't want to talk to me. And at the end of the day, my job at the end of the day is not to make predictions for all of you. It's to get you interviews and information from these fighters. And so what was the point? Nothing good was coming of it. So I just said to myself, I'm going to stop. But when it comes to boxing, although I do feel like we're making some headway, I feel like we need to drop the MMA from this title and just call it Ariel Helwani's Show because we're making some news in the boxing world as well. I felt like it was okay to make a boxing prediction because I don't really cover boxing, even though I love it, as I've told you time and again, love the sweet science, love boxing, but I don't cover it, so I felt comfortable. ESPN asked several luminaries, Stephen A., Jalen Rose, Bomani Jones, Kendrick Perkins, Jacoby, asked all these people, Molly Karen, asked all these people to make predictions for the fight on Saturday. Not one of them picked Tyson Fury. And then when I put out my prediction, I was like, you're an idiot. You know nothing about boxing. Stick to MMA. First of all, Tyson Fury won the first fight. He won the first fight. He got jobbed by the referees just because he got knocked down in the 12th. Didn't mean he didn't win the first fight. All right, split draw. Now you want to come into the second fight and you're going to say that Deontay Wilder has the great equalizer. He's got the eraser. He's got the right hand. Oh, he's coming in heavier now. He's going to have so much more power. Ooh, Tyson Fury, 273. Oh my God, what a big mistake that is. He's out of shape. He didn't take it seriously. He dropped his trainer, Ben Davison. What? You're doing so well and you're dropping your trainer before this fight? Sure, you're going with the Kronk Gym, Sugar Hill Stewart. Yes, great. But what are you doing? Why all these changes? Oh, 47 stitches in your last fight and you're not bringing the same cut man? Sure, Stitch Duran, he's a legend. But what are you doing? You're going to get cut once with that right and it's going to be all she wrote. And everyone was saying this. And I couldn't believe it. I was at the NBA game. People were asking me, really? You're picking Tyson Fury? Look, at the end of the day, in these kinds of matchups, always bet on the boxer, not the puncher, not the brawler. I say this with the utmost respect for MMA heavyweights, but Deontay Wilder reminds me a lot more of an MMA heavyweight than a boxing heavyweight. He can be wild. He can be reckless. He can swing for the fences. He can rely on that right hand a little too much with those looping punches coming in there. And when you take that away from him, when you take the fight to him, when you make him fight going backwards, when you attack his body, when you bring jabs and head movement and foot movement, when you box him, he will be in trouble. And that's exactly what happened on Saturday. It was never in doubt. I don't think Tyson Fury lost a single round. I saw some people, I think, giving the second or third to Deontay Wilder. He did not lose a single round. 7 rounds to none. And in the end, in the 7th round, Mark Breland, who's one of Deontay Wilder's trainers, his co-trainer, to be exact, threw in the towel. Now, afterwards, Deontay Wilder said, I wish they didn't do that. I wish they let me go out on my shield. I respect him for saying that. I expect nothing less from fighters in those situations. They're all going to say that. No one wants to have the towel thrown in on them. No one wants the fight to stop. They want to be knocked out. And that's cool. And that's why we love them, because they have that spirit, because they possess that spirit that we can never dream of. But Mark Breland should be celebrated today. He saved them from further damage. Nothing was going to happen to change that fight. The great equalizer had been equalized. The eraser was erased. Nothing was going to happen to change that fight. Tyson Fury was going to win 12 rounds to none. So I picked Tyson Fury. I picked him to win via decision. That was an underdog pick. Fury via KO or TKO was a plus 450. I didn't go out on those kinds of limbs because I didn't think that he'd be able to finish him and equalize him like that. Holy smokes, what a performance. What a moment. I love the fact that Breland stopped the fight. I love the fact that he said, let's live to fight another day. I wish this sort of thing would happen more often in MMA. There's nothing wrong with this. You have to save the fighters from themselves. Again, as I was saying, why did Karolina Kowalkiewicz continue to fight on Saturday as she is covering her eye with her glove? What good is going to come of that? Is she really going to knock out anyone doing that? Absolutely not. Stop the fight. Now, again, a theory of mine is show money, win money, half. You only get paid half if you don't win. In boxing, it's a lot different. So, and of course, these guys are making a hell of a lot more money. I get it. But we need to start thinking past that. And I would also argue we need to start changing the model, but that's a bigger discussion for a bigger day. Start protecting the fighters. It's okay to stop the fight. And again, we saw this on Saturday. I thought that was a great moment. I thought Tyson Fury afterwards was very gracious in victory. Wilder, I know he talked about some of the injuries and, quote unquote excuses. Let the man have his moment. He was just roughed up. There was some talk that maybe he busted his eardrum. In the end, it seems to come out that he just had a cut in there, but he was roughed up big time. And so now the big question is, he has 30 days to invoke his rematch clause. This is a lot of fun. This is the kind of stuff we don't get in MMA. I love all this stuff, this drama. Is he going to invoke the rematch clause, or does he go another direction, try to build himself back up, and in the meantime, does Tyson Fury fight someone else? Now, the fight to make is Anthony Joshua. That would be one of the biggest fights in boxing history, and certainly the biggest fight in British boxing history. Take that fight to England, put it in a football stadium, Wembley, Spurs, whatever, and sell 100,000 tickets. Easy. In one day. No problem. I mean, just look at those two guys. And I know that Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz back in June. Doesn't matter. I thought he looked phenomenal in the rematch in Saudi Arabia, and it's still a great fight. It's still a fight that I think we all would want to see. Now, he's scheduled to meet Kurbet Pulev, who, by the way, is the guy, I don't know if you know, the heavyweight who kissed the reporter. That guy's great as well. And there's some talk of that fight happening in June. But I say scrap that. Pulev is promoted by Bob Arum, Top Rank. Just tell him to take a seat for a second, like they asked Carlos Condit to take a seat way back when, and make that fight. That's the fight. Use this momentum. The best part of Saturday was that it was a victory for boxing. It was a great night for boxing. Everyone wants to hate on boxing. Boxing is dead. Combat sports. Never lives up to the hype. Boxing. We pay $75. Never lives up to the hype. Mayweather. This fight was great. If you bought this fight, it lived up to the hype and you got your money's worth. And it was so fascinating from a business perspective to see both Fox and ESPN coming together promoting this fight. Never seen that before with HBO and Showtime. Every single channel was talking about this related to those two networks. Every single FS1, FS2, ESPN, ESPN News, ESPN. It was like wall-to-wall coverage. They were out there. It felt big. Boxing deserves these kinds of moments. And the walkouts were grandiose. The pomp and circumstance. It was so much fun. This is what boxing is all about. This is why I love it. I get so mad when people say, oh, you cover MMA? That's a good thing. It's a good thing you cover MMA because boxing is dead. Boxing isn't dead. Boxing is doing great. You see that gate, 17 million? Boxing is killing it these days. Boxing is on fire. Boxing is so much fun, and there's great characters, and you got a guy like Tyson Fury as a heavyweight leading the charge now as the lineal heavyweight champion. I mean, he's a superstar. What a story. 2017, he's 400 pounds, jogging around there in his big coat, saying that he's coming back, can hardly breathe. And now look at what he's doing. He's in the discussion now for one of the greats as far as heavyweight boxing is concerned. I mean, this is just magical stuff. It was a great night for boxing. It was so exciting to be there at home watching it. I wish I was in Las Vegas. I wish I was there. I wish I was able to take that all in. But I was really, really pleased to see what Tyson Fury did. Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.